after a while, it'll be your whole identity. That's what I'm saying. You
Mm-hmm.
don't never realize how bad it is until you completely out. I
Yep.
was shocked when I went through that. I'm like, boy, ain't no way.
Oh gosh. I'm
Me,
still, I'm still, I mean, I'm better. I'm still healing, but I'm still
yeah.
embarrassed that I allowed myself to go through something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, and that's the thing, and that's why a lot of time with me, I try to speak on it because I think men don't think they can be um experience domestic violence. I know, like I said, most time you don't hear the physical, but the verbal and the psychological um is something that we kind of go through, and a lot of times we, even with, even they have women that say you need a man up and so even stuff like that, it can be a crawl in the man's, like an insult. Like, man, you need to man
Mm-hmm.
up. Like, not coming, you don't want to hear that mess coming from your woman. She need to have a different way of saying that stuff. But a
Right.
lot of times it's verbal abuse is what it is. You know what
It
I'm saying?
is.
You'll be mad if a man say you can't cook or you need to learn how to cook better. And if he said it in the kind of way, or they'll be mad because then we insulting them. But they'll turn around
Sure.
and they do stuff
We're
like
gonna
that
be eating some
because,
sandwiches every day with some bologna.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, girl, go to TikTok and watch one of them TikTok food channels and learn how to cook something. If I did that in a mean and hateful way,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's stripping down who you are, making you feel less than. But if you my
but you know
spouse,
what?
or go ahead.
We always talk about, we never want to do anything to break anyone's spirit, and that's what all
Right.
that is.
Yep. Yep. And that's true. And so if we in a relationship, our goal should never be to tear down. It should be to
Right.
build up. And if we run into something that causes some challenges or need correcting, we correct it in a way that is beneficial for the relationship for both of
Mhm.
us, not just for one of us.
Right.
Um, and so I think when we start being selfish, I think sometimes we can actually venture into some of the different ways of domestic violence. The physical is usually an extreme. Psychological is really something that can go unnoticed. Can be Verbal can be bad, but most time we don't look at it as bad because depending on how you grow up.
Hmm.
If you grew up around a bunch of boys, we always joked on each other and was tough on us. And so sometimes the verbal can be feeling like it's in jest, but some stuff that hit different coming from somebody you love. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Insulting people, being hateful about critique that you have about them, and all this other mess. And so we have to be careful with the verbal violence too. Um, Sexual violence can happen in a relationship.
Absolutely.
No means no, no matter we married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can experience sexual assault. One thing that I think that is really starting to become a big um, problem that I would just want to speak to for a minute about domestic violence is socioeconomic. And so that's the financial part of it. And I think we get in a new group of people who actually is leading in that, and it is black women. They are downing people for, not, not especially men for not making more than them and not providing in the way that they can provide for themselves. And so really that is a sign of domestic violence because this is the thing. When men did it to women, it was wrong. So if it were wrong when men did it to women, it's wrong for women to do it to men. Don't
Hmm.
care what you think. Because if we know our role, women are multiplied. Everything they do, they're gonna. I think women are gonna do things better than men. But I think men are visionaries. So when men have good women, the women help bring their vision to pass, and so it really benefits the family. And so I just think women have to be careful with the way they think because they could be missing out on a good man just because he made $15,000 less than you do a year. If he works, he's a good man, and he's trying. You know, part of your thing to me as a woman is to help multiply what this man is doing, and I think it's easier done because I think women are great at multitasking. They're great at having vision most of the time and knowing how to make that stuff work. They can pull out the best of you. You know what I'm saying? So you either talk to the prince in the man or you talk to the daggone joker. You pick your you pick your port. You pick which one you want to pour into.
Jesus, not a joke.
I want my wife to talk to the prince and me.
Yes.
Quit talking to that joker because the joker is going to act up. You know what I mean? And so, how you address things, I think that's the same thing with women. You know, you have to be careful with what you say about your woman. You want your woman to know that she is the most important woman in your life. She is most important to you. Outside of God, she should be. If you married her, that should be your name. It's God and then her. You know what I'm saying? We should have a partnership. And I want my wife to know that she's important to what we do in this family. And we need you to be the best version of you. Because the best version of you is going to bring out the better version of me. And so we need to know that. So it's not about material things, not about financial things. It's about the character of the person that you with. Because this is the thing. He can make more money than you and still not be good or suitable for your soul. And so you still lacking something. You want somebody who can speak to a part of you that's not where it need to be and help you bring it up. And I think that, to me, that's important. I think that keeps some of the potential for domestic violence or potential for bad relationships or bad relationship components from happening because we respect each other. That's the first part. Love is respect.
Yes, respect. Respect goes a long way, honey. If we don't respect each other, why are we even together? Yeah. But it all go hand in hand. Respect, trust, they have to be there. And when you don't have that stuff, that's when you get to this domestic violence, when you get to this verbal and physical abuse. It's crazy. Even like you said with the socioeconomic, you know, you'll get in a relationship where somebody's good with money, somebody's not. But the person who should be handling finances can't because the other person who's not is controlling everything. And they gambling and they drinking or whatever their habits are. And so they suffer. They're suffering. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who controls the money in the house? Who's ever better with it? That's Whoever's my thing. Who's ever better with the money? That's who controls it.
Can't sit down and discuss your salaries, your finances. Yeah. Why y'all together? Because I should know what you're making. You should know what I'm making. We should be able to sit down and figure this stuff out together. Like, I've never understood that part with some people. Like, I mean, if you want to have you a little something off to the side, you don't want him to know about, her to know about, that's fine. But for the primary stuff, conversations have to be had.
Well, my thing is, even with this, even if we got our own side, you should know. We should know. Like if she made more money than me, and we both go on into the bill thing, that she want to have a side. As long as she let me know, I don't care. You know, I'm not. I just think we lose sight of the goal. And I understand that there used to be and there's still some women, but there used to be a time where a woman couldn't survive without a man. I don't know if we in that time as much as we used to be. You know what I'm saying? I think it's been a little bit different because the average woman make more than the average man. If I'm not wrong, I think that's what I seen. But
it's my
the thing, yeah.
No, this way.
No, but I'm just saying though, it's just the truth. I ain't knocking it. I know I thought it was the truth, but the thing is, it's for the house. And if you are a real man, like if my wife had way more money than me, and we got into a relationship, and she needed me to sign a prenup, I would sign it without a problem because I don't want your money. I'm after you. I don't want your money. Now, anything we make while we together is a little bit different. But anything you brought in, I ain't got to have it. If you don't, I want you to willingly do what you need to do for me. And if me signing the prenup saying I'm not after that will help soothe your soul, I'm good with it. That's just me. But now when we get in this relationship and we start making money, then it's different. What we made while we were together, because it's to death do us part. One of us gonna die. The next time I get married, somebody in the words of big, somebody gotta die.
This ain't blood in, blood out. Maybe you ain't going nowhere. Either till death do us part, whether it be by natural causes or I choke you out.
Exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's domestic violence.
I just want to. This is what you signing up for.
But yeah,
you know what I mean. It's
no more
just
divorcing, honey. No more
yeah.
divorcing.
I'm not doing
get
it.
on our knees and go to God, honey. We're gonna have to work this thing out.
We sure are. And you know that. I mean, honestly, that's an honest conversation I have. Like, look, whatever we do, we in it.
That's it.
We in it. You know, whatever it takes, we in it. But I think
one of my friends, when he got married, that's what he told me. He said, him and his wife have been through some ups and downs. They've been separated back together so many times, but they're in a good space now. But that's what one of the things he said when he got married is that he's not getting a divorce, and he meant it. He said he don't care what happens. He's not getting a divorce.
Right.
And this has been, let me see, my son they've been together about 23, 24 years now.
But I think you got to make your mind up with it. It's a decision you got to make. Like, I'm not doing this again. Until death do us part. It's literally.
Yep.
When it's gonna leave this world before we ever get a divorce. We won't get a divorce. It will end because it's the way it's supposed to end. To death.
Yep. So the Lord, when the Lord calls one of us home, honey, or he can call us together, it'll make a difference.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yeah, I don't ever want to experience divorce again.
No. Yep. It's too painful. I like anybody who is. I don't know how people go through 2, 3, 4, 5 of them things. Because, man,
like how in the world?
It was so like it literally felt like a part of me died. Like literally. And I ain't exaggerating. It is just really, I don't know why. Maybe it was a mercy gift that made it that much worse. I don't know. But I can tell you it literally a part of me died.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go through that again.
No, never want to feel like that again.
Nah, ain't no way.
Y'all, whoever want it can have it. I'm not gonna keep testing those marriage waters. You know.
Nah, ain't no way.
Nah.
But you know, I think this goes back to let's talk about. I mean, really, we talking about a healthy home and just ties domestic violence into it. But I think really a healthy home should have. You know, we talk about this often, which is our communication.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
We should have a goal. Like our goal, we're not getting divorced. That's a goal. You know what I'm saying? You should have these type conversations before we get to the point of marriage, so we don't come in with. They're gonna be some surprises, but at least we know that we're aligned on the same page on the things we want to go. Like the money. If she better, hopefully she gonna. I got to marry a woman that's better with money than I am because I don't like keeping up with it. It bothers me. So that's one of the things that my wife is gonna have to do. She's gonna have to be able to be better with me than money. So she can drive the finances. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with letting her lead in the area that she leads better than me because it's stupid. We want when two become one. That's what it is. And so I would expect the same thing. Whatever I'm better at, that she would just willingly let me do. It don't mean that she blindly follows me, but she knows I'm better at it than she is, and she'll follow me because that's what I'm gonna do. And I think these are the type of conversations we need to have instead of just always smiling and grinning at each other, saying that we making each other happy. What happens when we ain't happy with each other?
Yes, absolutely.
And you know,
what happens when you wake up? You don't like them that day. I don't like you for that. I still love you, but I don't like you today.
Right. You know,
what we always say: love, lust, and like.
Right.
Today we don't like you, no like you, no
right.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff we got to know. Like what's really keeping us together. And what's I think
us?
Yeah. Because you're gonna go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there ain't no way you can be around somebody. It's just like having a child that's wired like you. Until you really understand why y'all beef so much, it's because you so much alike. You know, it irritates you. And it's like, but once you get that understanding, you're like, I get it. That's, you know, I'm kind of like that. And it start making sense. And so then, you know, it's like, that's the point. Like, how do you get to that point if we don't have nothing in common but the way you look? Or we don't have nothing in common but what you can give me. If something happened and you can't give me or your looks change, then what I got?
Right.
I ain't gonna have no healthy home because it's built off a false foundation.
Absolutely.
Which can lead to all types of problems. It can lead to self-denial. It can lead to being overworked. And then when you somebody's overworked, somebody's getting under notice. You know what I'm saying? And overwork, bring home friction, anxiety. You know, you're tired, so you're irritable easy. You know, all this other stuff leads to it. And so, you know, I think, you know, if we get, in order to have healthy homes, it takes healthy people. Not perfect, but healthy.
Healthy people.
Yep.
We're talking about communication. So in those times when we don't like each other or we're upset with one another,
who
are we talking to?
Right. That's good. Who are we talking to?
Who's our listening ear or who's our shoulder? Right. Because let me tell you something that I found out after my marriage was over. There were people speaking to my husband against me. People that I loved.
Right.
And cared about and trusted. Was putting poison in his ear against me. You got to be mindful of who you share issues or who you talk to or who you vent to, because everybody is not for you. And I'm not saying, you know, it's anybody's fault, because you can't make grown people do anything. If somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna do it. Right. But people will, I'm not gonna say be out to get you, but that thing about misery loves company is true. And if somebody else in life is miserable and they see somebody that they can control and manipulate to come join their misery party, they gonna get them, honey. So you gotta be mindful about when you upset with your spouse or your mate or whatever, who you talking to about it. You need to go to somebody with some wisdom who gonna tell you, okay, you're having a disagreement. You're upset. Get yourself together, calm down, and go back and fix it.
Yeah,
those are the kind of people that you need to get in your life. Those are the kind of people you need to have in your circle. You need to go back and fix it. You need to apologize. Yeah. No, don't be out there listening to people that's speaking against. Nobody should be speaking against your mate unless I'm not even in that situation. I won't say unless you are being abused, because somebody should be telling you. They should be telling you, you need to go do what's best for you. You need to leave or whatever. But I'm not gonna say, like we're saying, you're not gonna run people in the ground and break somebody's spirit. Right. I mean, no, they don't deserve you. But you ain't got to talk about that person. What you need to be telling, if someone is a victim of violence or any kind of violence or abuse, then you speak to that person. You tell them, hey, you got to make your grand exit. Later for the other person right now. So I'm just saying, you got to be mindful of who you communicating with when you're having issues in your relationship with. I'm gonna tell you right now, that taught me a very valuable lesson. I just won't be talking to everybody. I know now who I can have a conversation with and who I should. I definitely know that now. But you gotta be mindful.
And the thing about that is that so people tend to look at love as me being on their side. But you gotta have a voice in your life that's on the side of truth.
Yes, and the side of right.
Yeah.
Truth and right.
Yeah. Because I can't. So if we all know relationships can be rocky at times, you know, they go through seasons just like we do, fall, winter, spring, and summer, you know. And so we have to, when we in winter, we have to have somebody to speak us to or through the summer, or when spring come again. You know what I'm saying? They can't let us just, you know, always just dwell in winter. Like, you know, this is just a season, you know, it'll get better, you know, because one thing I have, I think maybe on one occasion, but I usually don't tell people that they should leave their spouses. I just don't, unless it's just a super toxic thing. Usually what I do is, you know, I try to help guide them through the process and make a better decision. You're not going to leave your spouse from me, because it's not my decision to make. My decision is to speak to you and maybe have you consider this. Is this a problem? What have you done? Or what does it look like? What is the process in which you come to the conclusion that you have? Are you looking at this one-sided? You know, have you thought about their feelings? You know, I'm trying to give you wise counsel.
Address it from all aspects.
Yeah.
All areas. Yeah.
I'm not killing your feelings, but I'm asking you to consider somebody else's. Or, you know, because this is the thing, if you at one point in time, you love this person. One point in time.
Absolutely.
So how do we get to where we at now? You know what I'm saying? Have y'all had a conversation? Have you tried to talk to him? Have you tried to talk to her? Would she listen?
Have y'all tried counseling or anything like something?
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't want to be the person to break anybody's marriage up. Right. But I am going to tell you, I'm going to give you information that I would want from somebody that was trying to look at it from both sides and have a perspective of it and not being one-sided, but trying to give us some wise counsel. And I just think some people who really think they love you won't tell you the truth. And I think because most of them are scared to tell you the truth. But I want people to kind of like, look, Tyrone, you need to look at this a little different. Or you need to do this. And I think I have, people around me who will really tell me when I'm way off base. But what I've learned to do now is give people permission. You know what I'm saying? Like I give people permission. And sometimes me saying that, now you don't have to think, because what you can say, remember you said you gave me permission? So Ninja, let me tell you.
Exactly. Oh sure, because you said.
But so I'm learning to give people that, like, that gives you don't have to try to figure out, do I want to hear it or do I not? You have permission to speak into my life. Because once I trust you to speak into my life, because I watched you think about things. I've had conversations with you, know your perspective, and that's why I think it's why I've had people who have different perspectives than you around you. That's really what keep people healthy. You don't want everybody around you being a yes man, a yes woman, or always agree with everything you say. You want somebody to have a different perspective, because it causes us to grow when we have different perspectives.
Yeah. That's true. You touching on something else, honey. You said those yes men, honey, and that's what those narcissistic abusers, they have they yes men. We call them flying monkeys. Whatever they say or do is all right. Don't matter how right or wrong they are. They always got their back, and that's the whole problem with that ride or die thing. I ain't your ride or die. I ride. I'm like my girl. Now I ride with you, but I ain't gonna die for you. I'm gonna ride with you while you're right, but when you're wrong, I'm gonna correct you. Right. I'm still ride with you if you're wrong, but I'm gonna correct you.
But that flying monkey
thing. The same out of my people.
Oh, no doubt. But that flying monkey. I'm gonna tell you about the flying monkey thing. The bad thing about them is that the narcissist who really does that, they know they sow seeds when you ain't even around. Yeah. And when you don't even know, it's just what I've experienced. So I know.
This is how we're right here. You be up here. This person is mentally, emotionally, economically, physically abusing you, right? Mm-hmm. You suffering. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the meantime, they over here telling your family, friends, and whoever they talk to that you cuckoo crazy. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So when you finally get to your breaking point, and we call this reactive abuse.
Right.
When you finally get to your breaking point and you lash out at them, see, I told you she was crazy. She was crazy. I told you. But they done spoke that to these, they done had these in-depth conversations with these people. They done made up so much stuff, so many lies about you to these people that they have now abused and manipulated these friends and family of theirs. They don't even realize that they're victims of the narcissist. But they've done it so much that now they believe everything that they've ever said.
And let me add this part. And the crazy thing about it is they ain't gonna believe nothing you say, because you ain't never said nothing, because you've been trying to cover their tail.
Because you've been trying to make them not look bad. Like I said earlier, like you didn't say, oh, well, he's doing this or she's doing that, and then you never said a word because you didn't want nobody to know that person is a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? That you're not
they got something with them.
I don't even want to say that they're a horrible person.
They got something with them.
They got something with them. We'll say that. Like I said, I do believe that people can get help if they choose.
If they choose.
Yeah. You didn't never say anything, so you've been secretly defending them, and they've been openly running you in the ground.
Yep. And so when the rubber hits the road, you the bad guy.
Yep. You be and that's you know what, and that's the thing about it is I had to learn, I had to accept that for some people, I'm gonna always be the bad guy, even though I'm the one who went through the abuse. I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah, and then and honestly, that frees you a lot more than you think, because then you'll get to a point that you always feel like you need to defend yourself, and a lot of times when you try to defend yourself, you end up making it worse because you spending more time on defending yourself, which is meaning continuing to be a victim that you are trying to heal and move forward. Right. And so, I tell people that some stuff you just have to let go.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to bow out gracefully, honey. Let them have it. Let them say what they say, think what they think.
Yeah,
baby, what I'm trying to do is get this heart healed. This heart and this soul, mine too. Whoever wanted, they got it. Whatever you think is what you think. It has what you think of me really has nothing to do with me.
That's a whole truth.
Ain't my business.
It's not. and look, that comes from a place of growth. Because like I said, you can worry yourself to death with that thing, and it will cause you to stay stuck. It's like driving in mud and your tires just spinning. Because that's all you're doing. Because you don't know how long you fighting whatever they've been saying or whatever they've been doing. You don't have a clue. And so what God is gonna do is He's gonna require you to close your mouth.
And He gonna sit you down.
Yep.
One way or the other.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, because this is the thing. Once you start coming to Him, it's either you gonna let me have it or you gonna continue to deal with it. We're not gonna do both. There ain't no in between. You can't have it some and then I give it back to you. You either gonna give it to me or not. And as long as you want it, I'm gonna let you hold it. And when you let go of, then I fix it. Because He gonna fix you when you let go of it. And so that's the thing that we have to, and that's, like I said, basically that's the thing that we have to talk about when we're dealing with healthy homes and stuff. We really have to make sure that we're not falling in love with ideas and concepts instead of understanding what we're actually doing.
Now you about to take it to another one. You fall in love with potential. Oh Lord. You need to fall in love with what you see, what's presented to you, not
first
what
and foremost.
Now we do what we are gonna speak to the good in you, and we gonna try to encourage you to do right. But falling in love with potential is dangerous.
Yeah.
What are they showing you?
Right.
Not what they saying now. I said, what are they showing you?
Right. Fall in love with what you see now.
Too, they can show you some good stuff for a little while, but then the other little stuff start to creep in. Don't miss the red flags.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. In which, this month is the month we usually do cuffing season. So y'all be looking forward to that. We'll go back through that because I think it's important for us to bring awareness to singles, that we pay attention to certain things and we don't fall in love with ideas, potential, see what you see. And I think I love our cuffing season podcast. That's one of my favorite topics. Because you have a tendency when it get cold, you want to snuggle up with somebody, and then you got the holidays coming.
Yes, sir. You
want
a nice little Christmas gift. You want to bring in New Year's together. Then Valentine's Day coming. You want your gifts. Your
yes, Lord. And then after Valentine's Day. And then you ready? I'm done. I just had seasonal fling. I just want to go through the holidays. I get tired of people asking me, "What you doing single still? You ain't married yet. You ain't dating nobody." I had my mama talking to me the other day, and she talking about somebody told her I was dating somebody. I said, "I'm not dating this non-dating man I know in my life."
And you got the most women. And you know what? I still get you. Two things I still get: is he single or are y'all dating? We've been doing this podcast for how many years now?
Right.
We done told y'all how many times?
Yeah.
They don't care.
No, they don't care. They don't care.
I still tell them, if you want to talk to them, honey, you can get us through the inbox. But I'm already telling you, you're going to have to, I'm going to interview you. You got to go through the interview process.
No doubt. I hate for whoever.
He got a whole panel. He got a whole panel.
panel.
Let me let you know. It's a bunch of us. It's about 5 of us. You got to sit down.
No doubt. No doubt. That's for sure. But you know, it is what it is. I learned to accept things I can't control.
Yeah, like we said, people gonna say whatever they gonna say. They gonna think.
That's a fact. They believe what they want to do, believe what they want to believe, and you just have to deal with what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how untrue it is. So, well, anyway, I think we've been out here about an hour.
We have.
So we can we'll just bring this thing together, and I probably just say this. I think, especially in our community, one of the things that we lack is healthy homes. Mm-hmm. And I think healthy homes start with healthy people. The parents need to be healthy. And I think healthy parents raise healthy kids. And I think acknowledging domestic violence, you know, paying attention to the victims, trying to get help for the offenders. I think that's what makes healthy homes. We don't, we can't stop what already happened. But if we can get to the offender, which is the root of the problem, and get them healed, we won't have as many victims. And so with a healthy home, I think it branches out into the community. Healthy homes make healthy communities, and healthy communities make a difference in our lives. And that's what we want to gather. I've talked heavily about the Black community because I'm a part of it, and I understand the dynamic of it. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that we were taught that won't right. But it was taught to the people who taught us. And now that we know it's not right, it's our responsibility to take responsibility for what was taught wrong. And so with this podcast, we hope we brought something to y'all to help you recognize what healthy homes. And healthy homes do have conflict, but the conflict has resolution. Absolutely. That means we find a way for both of us or all of us to move forward to the direction that we were planning on going in the first place. And so, Anisha, you have anything to add before we close this thing out?
I don't. I just really want to see some people healed and some people delivered. And like you said, I would love to see just a reduction in people being victimized. And I really and truly want these offenders to get the help that they need. Because like you said, you can't change what's already happened, but you can definitely make a better future for yourself and those that you love.
That's the truth. And that's what we desire. And that's what the soul rehab is about. We're about rehabbing your soul. Your soul is your mind, will, and your emotions. And so we know that it impacts your day-to-day life, which impacts the lives of the people that you're connected to. And Absolutely. We want you to get healthy. So we pray during where we're going in this holiday season that we'll get together, have these conversations so we can get healing in our souls. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. In part, and we always wish you peace out and be well. Do I need to?
That was good.